Hi everyone. We discussed capacity and capacity management with some examples during our lecture. We also discussed our summative assessment. Just to recapitulate, capacity has two definitions. One definition considers time. So the first definition is like this: capacity is the maximum level of value added activity over a period of time that the process can achieve under normal operating conditions. And the second definition is like this: capacity is the maximum level of output that a company can sustain in making a product or providing a service. We define capacity management too. What is capacity management? Capacity management is the activity of understanding the nature of an operation's supply and demand and of coping with any differences between them for effectively planning and controlling capacity. Now, we have also discussed types of capacity. We discussed capacity utilization, capacity management strategies. We elucidated an example from JCB regarding their strategy of working at a reduced capacity when they had been struggling to mitigate the ill effects of the disruption event during pandemic. Now, I suggest you to use this example, JCB example, in your answer to the second case study question. That means question number 2A on capacity, right? We had been talking about short-term and long-term planning outlook as well. Now, we'll be discussing about the abilities of the companies to adjust and gig economy. Let's come to the point. Certain businesses should have some abilities to adjust based on the internal and external factors. Let us take an example where businesses may be able to adjust based on the internal and external stakeholders' requirements. Their adjustment is mainly based on the investment. A fast food restaurant may be able to hire and fire staff, as training may take just hours for a new employee, and here investment is low. Some businesses may not be able to adjust their flexible capacity. Examples? For an example, let's take an example from hospital. In a hospital, skilled surgeons work. The hospital may not be able to hire and fire skilled surgeons as they may take many years to train. Their skills are unique to the particular process they are involved in. If they hire and fire them, the investment would be high. Another example is from car manufacturing industry. Training methods for a car manufacturer rely on the skills of an individual, and these are not easily replaced. Therefore, a hire and fire policy is less effective in a car manufacturing industry. However, if an operation were to invest in more technology that could replace many of these skills, then the staff would have more expendable and the flexibility of capacity would improve. A few years ago, some student asked if they could use any example in answering the first questions of the second case study. Yes, you may use any real world example relating to capacity and capacity management in answering to question number 2A. That means the first question of your second case study. Please note that your answer should focus on re-examining the service level of the company. That should be the focal point. This means that they would focus on short-term capacity planning. Now, this particular slide shows some examples answers relating to the question. Please read the example answers. Another option that you may have in this answer is reconfiguring the current supply chain network for an improved capacity. This requires long-term planning outlook, as reconfiguration of the supply chain network would ask the firm for more investment and procurement of additional transforming resources to improve the service level of the firm and changing some aspects of the supply chain network. This has big implications on capacity and inventory to improve some of the performance objectives. This investment cannot be reversed. Therefore, long-term planning outlook would be more beneficial for this purpose. Now, gig economy. So, gig economy is a way for alternative working. It plays a pivotal role in capacity management. Companies utilize the benefits of gig economy to prioritize some of the performance objectives. So, in your answer to question number 2A, that means the first question of the second case study, you can use a strategy like gig economy. So, gig economy may be one of the strategies in your answer. Now, see, there are gig workers who are paid by the task to complete a specified piece of work, for example, bringing food to your door. Many large companies consider alternative work in their workforce planning strategy. The gig work focuses on results rather than processes. In this slide, I have given a link to an article. This slide number is 24. So I have given a link to an article. I would suggest you to read this article and use the examples of this article in answering the question related to the second case study. Now, gig economy is also called freelancer economy, agile workforce, sharing economy, or independent workforce. Let me repeat. Gig economy is also known as freelancer economy, agile workforce, sharing economy, or independent workforce. These are all synonymous. Recent technological advancements, that means some of the platforms, have enabled businesses to break geographical boundaries and broaden their search for the right freelancer. Now, we can have some examples of some platforms. These are newly developed platforms. Uber is one of the platforms. Udemy is another platform. Airbnb is another platform. So these platforms act as intermediaries between demand and supply. Demand means here the customer. So these are the technological advancement I was talking about, which have been developed in order to emerge the new concept as gig economy. Now, gig economy has benefits for both organization and gig workers. Now, one of the benefits for organization is cost effectiveness. Minimizing cost and expenses are widely considered one of the major benefits of operating in the gig economy. Hiring independent contractors completely eliminates large expenses such as employee benefit packages, retirement plans, and paid sick leaves. So this is quite cost effective, right? Now, another thing that we can have, the organizations can have, is labor force. So gig economy provides a labor force that is able to directly match the company to the freelancer. This removes the hassle of dealing with a middleman throughout the hiring process, thus making it easier to find people to complete the job. Another benefit is about output production. So modern workers in today's society are beginning to value flexibility much more than compared to the past. That is why the gig economy prospers. Individuals who are interested in accumulating extra income are attached to applying for a position, are attracted to applying for a position that offers a unique work schedule. Such flexibility directly impacts employee motivation, which in turn may create a positive correlation to output production. Now, for the workers, there are some benefits of gig economy. For freelancers, the gig economy offers flexibility in the way they work. They can choose to work on one job at a time, or they can take multiple jobs simultaneously. Another thing that is important is the income. That income depends on the productivity. So this makes them exceptionally skilled at time management, basically. Now there are few other things that are attracted by that are quite attractive to the gig workers. So independence and income. So independent contractors in the gig economy are not required to work in offices, rather they work in their own spaces. That is the positive thing for gig workers. And as mentioned earlier, the gig economy is an increasingly attractive market due to sheer flexibility that allows individual to earn extra income. That is another advantage for the gig economy people. Now, in the second case study question, so that means question number 2A, gig economy can be used as a strategy for capacity management. You can use gig economy as one of your strategies for managing capacity. Okay, so that's all from my side. So with this, I end this part of the lecture here. Thank you.